everyone, welcome back to yet another political episode. So, we got a recent poll. Donald Trump is prevailing against Joe Biden, as we expect in the Lone Star State. This poll, taken by YouGov, starting from the 5th of October, ending on the 17th, shows Donald Trump successfully defeating Joe Biden by 45% of the popular vote. This is an 8-point margin. So the question is, here, we have also polls showing that Donald Trump is beating Joe Biden by a small margin. Same thing here in the April poll. And the real question here is, how is this going to play out? How is this going to play out here? So Donald Trump, as we know, 45%, 37% for Joe Biden. And yes, it's a big recovery according to our May poll here. Our May poll back in, May 8th, showing Donald Trump beating only Joe Biden by only 2. But of course, we think he can do better. Of course, I think it's inevitable that Donald Trump would win the state of Texas regardless. Regardless here. So in this video today, we're going to be basically talking about and predicting the county results in Texas. I'm going to go ahead and get right into this video because, as we know, Texas is a big state, and we want to make sure we have enough time to predict and analyze which counties will go to which. We're going to go ahead and go into the 2020 election. I do predict it's not going to look any different than the 2020 presidential election. Here is why. So, the 2020 presidential election shows, yes, Donald Trump defeating Joe Biden by 52%. I'm predicting that Donald Trump will still receive 52%, but not 52.6%. Probably 52.56% of that sort. So you'll see that here, Joe Biden 46%. So let's take a look here. We're going to take a look at our county map, zooming in on the Lone Star State. Here, the state of Texas, we're going to go ahead and give Joe Biden Dallas County, Travis County, which holds Austin, Houston. This is Harris County, the county below it. And then, of course, the Hispanic Belt, which these counties specifically have been voting for the Democrat candidate for ever. Like, never have they ever voted Republican in their entire existence. So I do think it's, even though, yes, Hispanics arguably have been trending conservatively, I do think it is kind of hard to kind of get these voters. And not to mention, no one lives here. I would say more immigrants live here, more refugees in Hispanic Belt in general on the Mexican border. We're going to go ahead and give this county to Joe Biden, El Paso, and then we're going to go ahead and give Donald Trump the flip counties. He's going to win this county for sure. This county surprised everyone and voted for Republican candidate in every election in 2022. Which this county, I believe, never voted Republican, in its whole entire existence. So this really, really surprised many voters in Texas and the turnout. I mean, no one lives here, so it really doesn't matter. It doesn't really put an impact, but it shows how more of the Hispanic vote is kind of flipping. They're kind of from the Democrats here. So we're going to go ahead and give Donald Trump some Hispanic-owned counties. These counties in general are Hispanic down here, bordering these blue counties. They have voting for Democrats for years. However, we have decided to give them for Donald Trump. Seeing these counties did indeed vote for Republicans in last year's elections. These counties have arguably gotten more conservative over the years to come. The county below here, below Travis County, we'll go for Biden. All right, so this is Biden's counties. He wins 19 counties in Texas. And you'll see there are a couple counties that Biden didn't win for 2020. Of course, this county, and he didn't win Tarrant County. And that is because Tarrant County only went for Biden by less than a point. I do think the well-approved and well-respected governor, Greg Abbott, who had lots of good applause, would probably win in that county. So, yes, we're going to start coloring in the map red now, symbolizing that Donald Trump has indeed carried. He even won this county. This county is also Hispanic. It's been voting for Democrats for years. However, it did surprise people and vote for Trump in 2020. Yes, the panhandle of Texas is also historically very Democrat. As you'll see, most counties in the panhandle are conservative. That said, Republicans had a very good year in Texas last year. They showed their best performance. Their best performance, 56% of the popular vote. That's more like a safe red sort of deal. The poll suggesting that Donald Trump win by 8 is not safe red. It's more leaning, and that's how it was probably going to be predicted anyway. I think, as we see here, I think it was going to be there regardless. 58% of Republicans is kind of how Texas has kind of been voting for the last decade. So it only made sense that Texas itself would vote that way. So, yep, Trump will win 155. So, yeah. Yes, and then it said Donald Trump also is, I believe he's the one doing the best in the state of Texas as of right now. And that makes sense because Texas has a lot of Trump supporters. A lot of them. And if you risk not getting Trump in there, you risk not carrying Texas. I mean, Ron DeSantis is doing good too, but he's also carrying Texas by 2 points. So being very considerate about that on Texas here. Yeah, so Texas, this is my prediction here. Donald Trump winning the state, 235 counties, 52% of the popular vote in the state. I think that's personally how Texas has been going. 52% Republican, according to 2020. Joe Biden, just 19%. So that has been my prediction. So what do you guys think on my prediction in Texas? Anyway, I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next political